Welcome back to Lions Syndicate Film Room, where we are going to be looking at some Detroit Lions film after every game, breaking down highlights and things like that. So as far as the All-22, I have, for some reason, not been able to access mine on NFL Plus. I don't know why. Last season, I've seen they had issues with, I don't know why they would not let me access it, but I have seen people who I assume to be local to access all 22. So I don't know if there's something I need to look at or fix with my account, but I will get on that as soon as possible. But this right here is going to be a kick from Jake Bates. We've been talking about Jake Bates quite a bit and his confidence, and is he really the guy for the Detroit Lions? And Dan Campbell came out after the game on Thursday and said that he is. They have confidence in him and that they're going to stick with Bates. Now, there is no other kicker on the roster, which is still a concern only because of the, potential to injury. So when I say on the roster, I mean at least on the practice squad. But let's take a look at Jake Bates in practice. This is a game situation, and here's how this turned out. This is a 64-yard field goal. This is the equivalent to Matt Prater's record in Denver and what he kicked Jake Bates, that is, in Ford Field, that first Michigan Panthers game this season. So let's check it out. Kick is up, straight through.
Well, Chris, come on,
Straight through, not a problem with ease. And again, Jake Bates, his confidence has been an issue. But look at this thing. Look at the absolute. I mean, if this guy can be, if he can get accurate. Now, let's take a look at this thing here. There was a pass rush or a rush to, it doesn't look like a real rush though. So that's one thing to consider. But he would still be able to hit this. That's not, you don't have a guy coming off the left side, running straight toward. You can see it's kind of a weak rush. These guys, I mean, are they even trying? Davenport, Brian Branch. I mean, it is practice, right? But these guys ain't even trying to block this thing. I guess why, and potentially get injured. But assuming, and that was close. Look at that. Even with them not getting off the ground there, that was almost tipped. So if number 50, who is that? If this player right here jumps, if he jumps right here, he might have blocked that. Because when you're kicking a long field goal, you've got to get it low to start. So that's a very tough thing to do. But here's what I want to look at. So we know he has to get it past the line. But look at that. You can't even see the ball, man. The ball is out of frame for at least 20 yards. Comes back in. Look at this. Look at when it goes through the goalpost. Look at how much further it goes. I mean, now obviously in the NFL, there's a net there, and then the gentleman catches it right there. So I would have to say, if that's the back, how many yards would you think that is? At least 7? At least. I would say 7 to 10 yards between the goal post here and when the gentleman catches the ball, depending on what the angle. This is a weird angle to tell. But, I mean, Bates is an absolute monster. And if he can stay accurate, if he can keep this thing going, dude, like I said, absolute monster. Look at that. And that's what he was doing when I was at training camp, just booting it over and over and over. He's got it. If he could get kicks like this every time, look at that. Perfect. It looked perfect from this angle. Straight down the middle, maybe a little to the left, but still had 7 to 10 yards of nothing. Now, you would have to say that I would give Bates at least 5 yards. 60, but the trajectory on a 69-yarder would be insane. But just the fact that he was able to get this kick up and through and have an extra 7 to 10 yards on it is ridiculous. This is why they brought this kid in. This is why he's here. And this is what they are expecting him to do for the Detroit Lions. I have a feeling that Dan Campbell, he's still going to gamble, but I think with Jake Bates, he might be more, akin to taking long field goal kicks. So There's coach there. So let me know your thoughts, man. I can't get over it. Like, they didn't even try, but, like I said, why do it when you could possibly get injured? So Booming Bates is back.